gives me immense pleasure to welcome this august gathering. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome yet another speaker here with us, yet another leader here with us, Mr. Dushyant Savadia, founder and CEO, Amber Group. So let's hear it for Mr. Dushyant Savadia. Warm welcome to you and waiting to hear it all from you.
Floor mic, please. Thank you. Very good evening, everybody. We had lunch, right? Good evening. Thank you. My name is Dushyant Savadia, and it's a wonderful, it feels wonderful to be here with all of you. And I'm not going to give you a boring speech about leadership, and you know all of that. You already know what to do. Most of you in this room are very successful as entrepreneurs, very successful in your businesses, and so on. What I want to share with you is a little story of resilience instead. And, to me, I've always thought resilience is not about how many times you fall in what you do. Resilience is about how many times you fall and you still have the ability to stand up and keep going forward. I want to share with you my journey to build Amber Group. Amber Group, you will hear a little more about it in a bit. Amber Group is a very large technology conglomerate. We operate 14 companies across 100 countries, thousands of employees all over the world. We are a significant business. We built all of this just in 10 years. Not 20 years, not 30 years, just in 10 years' time. And to give you a little background of my life, which is actually quite interesting, I was born in Orissa, in east of India. And by the time I got to the age of 14, I became an alcoholic. I used to drink 1 liter of rum every night for almost 6 years. And by the time I got to the age of 20, my father and mother gave up. They kicked me out of the house middle of the night. I came to the railway station not knowing where to go. And I thought, whatever the first train is, that would be my destiny. And the first train was to Delhi. And I boarded the train. And 2 days later, 36 hours later, when I arrived in Delhi, the alcohol was off my system. And I was in my senses, and I suddenly realized, oh my Lord, I'm by myself now. And I have to start my journey, start my life all by myself. So I started working as a waiter in a restaurant. I served there for 3 months. Then I drove trucks for 3 months between Delhi and Himachal, delivering gas cylinders. And from there, I worked for a call center, and eventually I got into Xerox. And by 1999, I was about 22, 23. I became one of the most successful managers of Xerox in Southeast Asia, and one of the top 20 paid guys in the whole world too. But that wasn't it. My alcohol was still there. I used to smoke 50, 60 cigarettes a day. And I used to drink a lot still. And my company pushed me to do this workshop called The Art of Living. Have you heard of Art of Living Foundation before? Sri Ravi Shankar. So I did the Art of Living workshop compelled at the age of 22. And I thought, who wants to meditate and learn breathing exercises? I'm too young for all of these things. Stress management is not me. I'm still, it's 7 p.m., time to booze. Booze as hard as you can, fall asleep. That was my life while working for Xerox. And in 1999, I got introduced to the Art of Living workshop. That changed my life for sure. I decided to take the workshop. It was amazing. It was such a royal experience for myself in terms of understanding my life, my emotions, how I dealt with everything around me. And a year later, Sri Ravi Shankar one night called me, said, Dushyant, leave your job, become a full-time Art of Living teacher. I actually gave up one of the most lucrative jobs in the world that anybody would aspire even today at the age of 22. And I decided I'll serve humanity for the rest of my life. That's my path. I felt it was my calling. So I gave up my job, became an Art of Living full-time teacher, traveled nearly 70 countries around the world teaching stress management workshops, right from corporates to prisoners to name it, all the major institutions across the world. And early 2012, Shri Ravi Shankar sent me to Jamaica. He said, Caribbean is so much of crime, so much of problems, and Art of Living had no presence that side. So he said, why don't you go to the Caribbean and start the foundation there and help in reduction of crime and stress in those countries. Rightly so, I arrived late 2011 in Curacao, went to St. Martin, Aruba, Barbados. 2012, I did Jamaica. And I stayed in Jamaica because it was a lot more work required there. I taught nearly 3,000 inmates in the prisons, one of the most dangerous prisons in the world. I rehabilitated over 3,000 inmates there. And then 12, 13, 14, I did tremendously well, taught nearly 500,000 people from corporate to public sector, to government ministers, to the prime ministers. I did my best to bring the message of peace in people's life through the Art of Living workshops. Guess what? 2nd of January 2015, I'll never forget that day. 2nd of January 2015, I was broke, absolutely broke. I'm a vegetarian, so I survived on boiled potato and boiled rice and salt for 1 whole month because I didn't want to go ask for corporate sponsorship because I knew it wouldn't be a sustainable way for myself or for the foundation. And that's when I decided to build the Amber Group. So the whole of Amber Group was built for one purpose: to give back, to serve societies all over the world. And I still remember once Shri said that, charity cannot happen from an empty bowl. If you want to do good for the society, you need wealth. If you want to care, it needs cash. And purpose for me as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, is how much can you consume by yourself? All this money, all this wealth that doesn't really bring true success or true happiness. What brought me success, what brought me happiness was the more I served, the more I did for the society. And since then, we started Amber Connect, which was our vehicle tracking fleet management AI solution, which has now become one of the world's largest and the fastest growing brand. We went into software, aviation, real estate, payment platforms. We built a massive, diverse ecosystem of different businesses, but for one purpose: to give back, to do good for the society. And we're so proud today as we stand. We just turned 10 last month, just 10 years old, that we donate 80% of our net profits back to charity globally. And what I'm very proud to also say, that Amber Group is actually moving their entire headquarters to Dubai. We are moving completely now to Dubai. We will be based out of here. I got my long-term residency now for Dubai too. I'm also a Jamaican diplomat. If you can ever carry a diplomatic passport, I'm telling you, it's really cool, especially when you walk through immigration. So I'm also a Jamaican citizen, a British citizen, Indian OCI, UAE resident, but I feel I'm a global citizen, only here to do good wherever I am, whatever I do. I think that's the genesis of the Amber Group. That's who we are. And I implore to all entrepreneurs here today, make it a habit to do good. And I tell you, it comes back so fast, you can't even recognize. I think we now serve close to 6 million customers all over the world just in 10 years. And all we've done is kept on doing the good we can for the society. And again, thank you, Asiaone, for this lovely opportunity to invite me here. I'm a proud resident of Dubai now, and I look forward to engaging, meeting with most of you as we expand ourselves in the Middle East and do more good in this side of the world too. Thank you very much for listening. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening.